Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today I'm going to explain how to find smallest number in a Python list. As we all know, a list in Python is a data structure that represents a collection of items which are ordered and mutable. It contains elements of different data types. That means it can contain integer, float, string, or even other list or iterables. A list is defined using square brackets in Python. To find smallest number in a list, Python provides 8 different methods. Let's see all of these methods one by one with some examples. We have also written an article on this topic. I will be using this article for the reference purpose during my video and I will drop the link in the description box. But first of all, if you are new to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and videos so that you get a notification whenever we upload a new video. So, in the process, let's first take the first example and understand the first method. So, I'm opening my PyCharm editor and pasting it here. You can also get the video link how to download PyCharm editor and install and start coding in our video. I will put that video link in the description. You can move forward and download PyCharm and use as I am using. So in this example, we are using minimum function, that is mean function. Mean is a built-in function that returns the smallest item of an iterable, as list is an iterable, and if we pass our list directly to the mean function, this should return the smallest number inside the list. So if you run this code and check, you will get the smallest number in the input list is 19701. I hope you understood this example, that how the mean function is used to find the smallest number in a Python list, as this is the most straightforward method. Let's take another example and try to understand another method. So in this example, we are using for loop with different conditional statements. You can see we have used if statement also. So with using for loop, we can iterate through all elements in the list and keep a track of the smallest number. So in this example, what we are doing is we have taken a temporary variable, that is smallest population, and which is assigned to the not temporary variable, we can say we have taken a variable which finally will store the data, the smallest number in the list, so that is smallest population, and in the initially we have assigned it to the first element of the list. And in for loop, what we are iterating over this list, and if the number, that means the first element, smaller than the smallest population, then that value should get assigned to the smallest population. And in last, if we will compare each element with the smallest element, then in last we will get the smallest population. So we are printing the smallest population. If I will run this code, you will see the state with the smallest population is 106,174,23 peoples. I hope you understood that how we are iterating over the list and keep a track on the smallest number in the list. And this is how we can use for loop. Let's take another example and understand another method. So in this example, we are using sort function. Sort function will sort the list in ascending order, and then we can access easily the first element of that sorted list, and that will be the smallest element. So if you like, if I print the sorted list as well, then you will get to know why we are assessing the first element of that sorted list. So if I run this code, you will see first our list is this, and in the second, after sorting, if we are printing our list, we get a list which is already sorted. And as we know, it is an ascending order. So we are just getting our first element out through indexing in Python. And hence the lowest temperature in New York City is 28 degree Fahrenheit. I hope you understood that. Oh, how we are doing this. You can even use string slicing and reverse the list in ascending order, and then use another indexing and assess the last element of the list, and that is also a way. If the people say that if you want to sort the list, you can just sort the list and then put the slicing, and will reverse the order of this. You can reverse the order of this sorted list and then access the last element of the list. I hope you understood this example. We have another method, that is sorted before it was sort. So let's take this example and understand. So in this example, I try to do it in reverse manner, as sorted function will also sort in ascending order. But there is an argument in the sorted function is reverse. If you put this as a true, then it will reverse the order of the sorted list, and hence we will get a descending order sorted list. So we need to assess the last element of the list. For that, I have used length function and I have subtracted it with -1, and hence get the last element of the list by indexing. If I will run this code, you will see the youngest employee in the organization is 20 years old. If you want to print the sorted list, sorted employees, if you will see this, then you will get to know that when we have put the reverse argument in the sorted function, it has reversed the order, and hence we are getting a descending order. If you remove this, and then you will get the maximum, like you can see it is ascending order, and as we are assessing the last element, the maximum value is 41. If you change this to 0 as the first index, you will see you will get 20 years. So I hope you understood this example as well. Let's take another example and try to understand another method. So in this example, we are using lambda function. Lambda is a one-line function in Python which have some conditions, and we don't need to provide multiple lines for these conditions, and we are combining the lambda function with the mean function. We can directly use it, but as I have taken a list which contains some integers value as well, so it is little lengthy, but we can simply provide a simple list and can use combine lambda with mean function, and we are good to go. So in this, what lambda function is doing is, for each x in the list, it is checking whether it is a digit or not by is digit function, and if it is, then it will convert it into a float and will keep that in the list or iterable, and else it will say it is not a float value and will ignore. So by using this lambda function, we will get list or a iterable with only numbers from this list, and from the mean value we will get the smallest number from that iterable. If I run this code, mountain with the lowest altitude in Colorado is 14050 feet. I hope you understood this example as well. Let me tell you the simple example of mean and lambda function. So if I remove this and this and simply write x in x, then you will again see we will get the same. This is the simplest way of using lambda function with mean function. But what will be the use of lambda function? If the whole list contains the number only, there will be no use of using lambda function, as we are directly putting the elements, and that is why I have used this complex list to show that if we have a complex list with different data types, we can easily find the smallest value by using lambda function combined with mean function. I hope you understood this example. Let's take another example. So in this example, we are using reduce function. Reduce functions applies a function continuously to an iterable until the values of that iterable is filtered out with one value. So in this reduce function, we are using a lambda function that is filtering the smallest number by using conditions like for x and y in x, that is our list. For each element, if the x is smaller than y, then put the x as it is, and else if y is greater, if it is not less than x, then you should keep y. So it is iterating over this list, and for each value it is checking and giving a smallest value. So if you run this code, you will see day with the least production in Texas had only 12%. I hope you understood this example. Let's take another example and understand another method. So in this example, we are using recursion. Recursion is a technique where a function in Python calls itself. So what is happening, for each time we have defined a function that is find cheapest car. So in this we are providing our prices. So first, if the prices list is equal, if the length of this prices list is 1 only, then it will return that element using the indexing. And if it is greater than 1, like there are more than one element, then only we will find the smallest number. Then there we will use the mean function, and for each time we will compare it with the first element of this list. And for recursion, we will again repeat the list by slicing it, so that for each time we will compare two values. In the first case, we will take the first element and will compare it with the second element, and if that the both will be compared and the minimum value will be returned, and again the function will go on, and that minimum value will be compared with the third element, as we are doing a slicing in the price list as well. So in the last, we will compare our smallest element with the all of the elements, and hence we will return the final element. That means price 0 when the length of this list will become 1. So let's run and check. The cheapest car price in New York is $20,000. If you will see in this, 20,000 is the least amount. I hope you understood this example as well. So let's take the last example and understand the last method, that is HipQ module in Python. So we are using two functions from the HipQ module, that is hippify and hippop. So hippify function from the HipQ library in Python will transform a regular list into a heap. In another word, we can say it will rearrange the list in a place into a mean heap. That means this will be rearranged, like it will be sorted, and we will use the hip hop to get the last element of the sorted list, that is hippify list, and we will get our smallest element, as hippify will create a sorted list in ascending order. So let's run and check. The lowest rate is 29%. I hope you understood this example as well, that how we are using HipQ module functions to get the smallest element from the list. So these were all the methods that can be used to find the smallest number in a list. I hope you understood all of them. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you never miss an update. And you can also go and visit our site pythonguides.com, where you will get articles related to Python. Thank you.